This podcast is produced by To the Moon Creative, located in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Whether you're an established or a new podcaster, To the Moon Creative offers the highest quality audio and HD multi-camera video podcasts. And if you already record your own podcasts, To the Moon Creative also offers affordable audio and video editing services with guaranteed fast turnaround time. For more information, find us online at www.ttmcreative.com.
Thank you for tuning into the Model Connection podcast. I am your host, Eric Harrell. Please like, follow, and subscribe on social media and everywhere you get your podcast. Links are in the description. With us today is a very special guest.
Hi, my name's Dave Collier. I'm a professional photographer from right here in Murfreesboro.
And welcome to this edition of the Model Connection podcast, Dave. I am so glad to have you here.
Well, it's quite a thrill to be here.
All we're going to be doing is just having a typical one-on-one conversation, introduce you to the modeling community, introduce people to the great photographs that you have been taking, okay?
Okay.
So now, I have looked at your photographs on social media for quite a while, and you have got a creative eye that I am so envious of. I wish I had it. I never did. I mean, if you can indulge your secret or how you come about having such a creative eye, I would love to hear about it.
I don't know. I feel like God gave me some kind of creative thing going on here. I can draw and I can look at things, and I like looking at things, and so I take pictures of things.
I envy that so much.
I keep it simple. It's a simple thing, you know?
Yeah, they are. I mean, you take photographs of some simple objects that I wouldn't think about doing, and they look, I'll use this term, pretty doggone good, okay?
Yeah, thanks.
So where do you get your creativity from? Is it images from other people or?
Well, yes, I've always looked at magazines and this and that, and then I shot pictures for a while. Then I took like 20 years off. And then,
20 years?
Yeah, but that's another story. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay, yeah, yes, we will.
So lately, what got me sparked was I found Pinterest.
Okay.
And I found that people are taking pictures of everything.
And they do. Everything.
And the technology had left me behind, and I just had to flip phone like forever.
Okay.
And it's like, I want a phone to be a phone and a camera to be a camera.
Right.
And I would take these little pictures on that, and they were crappy, So it's like, and then I had this ex-girlfriend say, you got to get a smartphone. You got to get a smartphone. I was like, I don't want one. I don't know. And I finally got one, and then I found Pinterest, and it's like, look at all these pictures, man. People just have cameras, and they take pictures of everything wherever they are.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, I can do that. And so I started seeing things and taking pictures again and looking for things to take pictures of. And I'm always looking for things to shoot, It's a subliminal thing. Without me thinking about it, it's kind of going on.
And your subjects are subjects that I normally would not even actually think of taking a picture of. I mean, storefronts, graffiti walls, statues, monuments. I mean, what is it about these objects that catches your creative eye that tells you that, okay, I've got to take a picture?
Different things, I guess. And again, Pinterest and things like that, and a lack of having actual live models, probably. If I had live models, I'd be taking pictures of them.
Okay, Dave, you had mentioned that you had taken images, taken photographs 20 years ago. What was it that made you just say, okay, I'm hanging this up for a bit? What was it?
Well, let's see. It was a combination of things. I was shooting for this modeling thing out in California where I would buy postcards and of these girls. This was back in the pre-digital. And so they wanted to enter this model search.
Okay.
It was called International Cover Model Search. I was actually working at Roscoe Brown, and I saw the ad in Nashville newspaper.
Okay.
I sent pictures in. They said, yeah, you're good. So, of course, you got to pay like everything else.
Mm-hmm.
But it gave me an affiliate with these people. So I would buy postcards, and then the girls that wanted to be models would come see me, and I would give them something to enter the contest with.
Okay.
They would get two, they'd take two of the best shots
Mm-hmm.
from the photo shoot and send in.
You mentioned postcards. Are you?
Oh, that's what happened. Then they did away with the postcard
Okay.
division, and they wanted everyone to go to these seminars in like
Okay.
Miami and Vegas and
Okay.
St. Martin's, and it's like, well, I can't do that.
Okay.
And so then it kind of there went my business, and then as my mom started getting older, I moved her here to
Okay.
Murfreesboro to Westbrook Towers, and kind of started taking care of her. Then the digital age come around, and it's like, okay, I'm a dinosaur now. I don't know what to do with this. I'll just leave it alone for a while. The next thing I know, 20 years have gone by.
You mentioned the postcards. Are your postcards the same as I relate to comp cards?
How would they know about this contest? Would they read magazines like Allure and things
Okay.
like that? And they had the advertising in the magazine. And they would write,
Okay.
and then their names would go on this list.
Okay.
And then they'd pop them names on postcards, and the affiliates would buy these postcards.
Okay.
And then they'd get business that way.
Okay, I get you now. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then I'd charge like $50 for a photo shoot.
And this was 20 years ago.
This was in 93 to 98.
That's about what time I
that's-
got started.
That's when I stopped.
Wow.
But I started, I was shooting before that.
Okay, how long? Okay, Dave, how long have you actually been shooting?
Started probably around 74.
74,
And
back in the
then-
good film days.
Then in the late 70s, more. I learned early 74.
Okay.
Probably
Okay.
my first couple of times.
Okay.
And my cousin turned me on and had cameras and took the time and showed me how to develop and this and that. And then, later on I got cameras and took pictures at school and stuff. And in 1980 I went to college, and so you got to get a camera. So I bought a camera
Yeah.
and started shooting then.
Okay, so is that what gave you the photographic bug that you had to follow up being a photographer?
No, that goes way back.
Okay, let's hear it.
Why I want to be a photographer?
Yeah.
Well, that goes back to when I was like 13.
Okay, let's hear it, Dave.
It's kind of a juicy story. You know how kids are, like,
Oh, yeah,
Fat
yeah.
Albert days or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So we're riding bicycles
Okay.
in Norfolk, Virginia,
Okay.
and me and my buddies, and up and down alleyways. And this guy threw out like a 2-year, 3-year subscription to Playboy and Penthouse. And so it's like, uh-oh, we gotta investigate this. So we took it to our fort, and it's like, somebody's got to take these pictures.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where it comes from.
Hey, somehow I relate to that story. I don't know why.
Yeah, so it was planted in there early,
Okay.
And then, of course, it was intense study of differences between this magazine and that magazine.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And, it's like, that'd be cool, to
Wow.
do that for a living.
Yeah, sure is.
And it's like, well, I can aim for that. I can kind of do that. So
Mm-hmm.
let's see what we can do. It's not that important anymore, I just want to shoot now. It doesn't,
Mhm.
of course I could if it happens to show up, but
Mm-hmm.
I just want someone to shoot.
Okay, and your first camera equipment was
Well, when I learned it was other
Mhm.
stuff, brownies and things like that.
Okay.
And then Polaroids. Then my first camera was a Canon AV1.
okay.
And that's what I shot on for several years.
Right.
Then I got in 95, I got another Canon camera. I didn't like that one as much. It was newer and it was different. And then before I knew it, that was obsolete. I couldn't sell it for $10
Wow.
because of the digital age. So now it's just sitting in the closet waiting to be used. But, these things are way more convenient,
Yeah.
I mean, I've always got that with me. So when I see something, I can shoot it.
All the images that you have got on social media are basically done by cell phone.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Okay, okay.
I would say the newer ones are.
Oh, new ones, okay.
Most of my shots are old shots, except the really clear, sharper new ones. If they look kind of like film, they're film. If they look like a cell phone shot, very clear. The cell phone's much clearer than my old 35.
Your equipment now that you use consists of what?
Right now, just a cell phone.
Just a cell phone.
I'm sure soon I'll get a regular camera and start looking like a regular photographer.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the key right there, Dave. I
know. I've heard that 100,000
image
times.
is everything, okay? You got to look the part.
I'm not the image. I'm taking the image. It doesn't matter what I look like. I got the eye,
And a pretty good eye you have got.
Right.
Tell me your idea about color images, of how you saturate the color with your images.
It's just the processing in the camera, and it's hard not to push,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like, oh, let's push it. And then a few times I'll, if you lessen it you can make it vintage looking, like I did a picture of my guitar and made it look a vintage with hardly any color in it at all. And then I've got this friends on Instagram that just do black and white and things like that, close-ups, black and white. And first, I'd like to shout out to all my friends on Instagram, all my photographer friends. I got a lot of cool friends on Instagram.
And looking at your images, I would think that a normal, ordinary person as myself say, okay, camera shot, okay. He's got Photoshop, Lightroom, he's doing all of his editing, and it's all done with a cell phone?
It's an endless, there's like 8 different things you can start with, and then each of those things you can have different processing in. So it's a variety of processing tools you have there, and you can make a color black and white or whatever you want to make it. That's the cool thing, about technology. There are things I like about technology and a lot of things I don't like. I mean, it's so technical.
True. I felt that way, as you said earlier, going from film to digital. The crowd that I was running around with, buddying with, they all jumped over to digital long before I did. I did not want to be left behind. So here I am. I jumped into it also, not knowing anything about it. I had to learn basically, in my mind, I can't say everything from step one, but it seemed that way. The best part about it was you could actually view the image right then. If you didn't like it, I found that little friend of mine called the delete button, okay? I don't know how many images I have actually deleted because I did not like them in the camera. So it's...
Yeah, it's not like before you'd have these paper pictures and they'd have to hang around in your boxes and stuff.
Yeah.
Which I still have boxes of pictures and negatives.
I do too.
Yeah.
I have all of those. I've got contact sheets. I've got albums of images that I took years ago that I will say that some were better than others. And I look at them, I'm like, okay, what did I do here to cause this to happen? What did I do? I still don't have an idea why this happened, but I don't know whether it was a camera malfunction, iMove, whatever, but it just was not a very good image, and I'm stuck with it, okay? If I had been shooting a digital camera back then, I said, okay, I don't like that one. Delete. Very simple. Very simple. Okay, so now you said that you took a 20-year hiatus.
Mm-hmm. It went by real quick.
Went by real quick.
I wasn't paying attention. Next thing I knew, wow.
What was it after 20 years that got that a creative bug
Okay.
inside you going again?
That was the Pinterest thing. When I
Okay.
found Pinterest.
Okay.
And then I found on YouTube. YouTube's amazing. I love YouTube now. So I found this guy named Reverend Ike, and he'll make you do things. And
Reverend
so,
Ike?
yeah, believe it or not. And so he made me take the pictures that were in my boxes
Okay.
and digitize them, and like a couple of hundred of them, so I could pop them up on Pinterest
Mm-hmm.
and make my own boards.
Okay.
So I started doing that, making boards of my own pictures.
Okay.
And then I found Instagram, and then I started sending them to Instagram. And I have a very low profile on Instagram still. I don't buy followers or nothing like that.
Right.
Because I just don't think that's right.
Right. Right.
And I've got it hovers between 196 and 204 so far followers, and I have about 10 people that love everything I do, and I love everything they do,
This is just my opinion and my opinion only. And I think it goes back to your color saturation art. A lot of people that you and I target on Instagram are models, okay?
I don't really target
Wow.
anybody.
Okay.
I just put a few pictures up there, and hopefully people like them.
Okay, then
Now,
I do
this is a
stand corrected
target.
then, okay?
This may be a target for models.
Okay.
This is definitely to let people know I can shoot pictures,
That's one way of looking at it. I wonder if a model that views your profile page on Instagram, how does she view that image that is a cool looking image, but yet may not be in her mind a model quality image that is going to get me my next paying job, okay? What I'm saying is just give them an idea of the type of work that you can do in the more, I use this term, the more mainstream type stuff.
I think I also have the ability to make someone feel very comfortable and relaxed,
And that's also key.
because that's how I am. And I keep things, like I said, the cell phone thing, it's to keep it simple.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like to keep things simple,
Yeah. Yeah.
And here's the thing. I just got my first computer.
Okay.
A Apple AirBook, I guess. And I
Okay.
have no idea how to use it. I looked up the videos, and they're sitting there waiting to be listened to, It's like, turning it on is complicated.
I can understand that because I'm not too technical. Gifted myself. Ashamed to say it, but yeah, I'm no geek by a long shot.
Yeah, me
Okay?
neither. Yeah, we were the opposite of geeks.
So then, what are
I'm
we?
basically just a hippie that takes pictures.
So what are we doing as a photographer then? All the camera settings, iPhone settings. How do we ever figure that out then?
I don't know.
Okay, Dave, you mentioned that you've got your cell phone camera. Is that the only camera equipment you have?
Just currently, hopefully, things will come to me, just like this computer came to me.
Okay.
As I do my thing, with the God thing, things come to you, and I got lots of things probably coming to me soon.
Oh, sure. Hopefully, you'll get a whole lot of work after everybody watches this podcast. Okay, that's my intention.
I'm a sweetheart, so.
Oh yes. So, you have said that you have been having trouble finding models to work with. Okay, how have you been trying to approach them? Has it been
Well, I don't approach people
okay?
anymore because that's kind of creepy. I used to, but wasn't working.
Okay.
So I just, I guess Facebook and Instagram. But problem with that is all my good friends are spaced out in other places.
Okay.
People that want to come see me are 3 hours away,
Okay.
or an hour away, or this and that. And I'm a loner here, basically in town. I just work and come home and don't have that many people that I hang with.
You have got to get involved in some of these local Facebook group pages.
Oh, I've got lots of groups.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got all kind of groups.
Take advantage of them. Okay. I mean,
I do, and there's models of Mastered and Light. They're good people.
Right,
from
right,
Memphis.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm in a lot of groups you're in.
yes, yes, you are. Yes, you are. How has a photography changed for you from the time you really picked up a camera very seriously until now?
That's a lot of change. I don't think we got enough time to talk about it.
What has been the most
I mean,
important change?
it's instant and it's there. It's like the Polaroid cameras were instant.
Mm-hmm.
They're way better than Polaroids.
Yes, they
and
are.
They're instant, and you can send them around the world instantly. I have friends in Japan and Brazil. Freaks me out. They love everything I do.
Wow.
I got this friend in Brazil. He's a photographer named Janssen Arnaldo, I believe. And he's like good friends with Billy Gibbons, and all these pictures of Billy Gibbons, and he loves my work, and it's like I love his work. And I got friends in Las Vegas, in Maine. It freaks me out that I got these people all around the world.
Yeah.
And I do have a few friends here in town.
Sure.
I'm not that much of a loner. I don't know anyone that's in this business or anything. I know Mike, but he's all around the world and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's supposed to come back one of these days for a shoot, Mike. So,
Okay. Okay, Dave. Tell me what we are looking at here.
Well, that was an early goal, I guess I had, was to film Bruce in concert. Well, not film him, but take pictures of him.
Yeah.
Sneak my camera in there. And that would have been with the Canon AV1 and probably 1,000 speed film and 200 zoom lens. And I was uptight that people were closer and got better pictures than I got. But I did get pictures of the show.
Okay, now is this him with the East Street Band?
Yes. This was in 1985.
Okay.
Yeah. I waited all night long for tickets for that one. Back in the day, you'd have to wait all night long.
Stand in line outside of the ticket office.
Freezing at the record store in Virginia.
Wow.
And a couple of concerts I did that for.
Okay. So you've got experience as a concert photographer.
Right. I like rock and music and love music. So why not take pictures of people that are in the music business?
Okay.
And that was Alan Collins at a concert in 1981.
Alan, okay, now.
From Leonard Skinner.
That's what I was going to ask.
It was after Leonard Skinner. It was after Leonard Skinner, and I believe after Rosington Collins, he put his own band together in 81, the Alan Collins Band.
Did not know that.
And they toured around.
Okay.
Or it could have been Rosington Collins. But it was back in 81. So 81 I don't know. It was
Things kind
of
foggy back then, huh?
It was pretty hot that day. It was about 100 degrees.
Oh, okay. And where was this taken at?
In Raleigh, North Carolina.
Raleigh, North Carolina.
And I was like right there, I guess, close enough to get that shot. So
wow.
And that was on probably 400 speed film. It looks kind of blurry.
Okay.
So I believe that was 400. Now this was a girl.
Love this image.
I shot this for the model search, I believe, in 94.
Okay.
At Oakland's mansion down the street. Mm-hmm. And I posted that about 2 or 3 weeks ago in a Murfreesboro club group. I forget which one it was, one of these Murfreesboro groups. Not a photography group, just a Murfreesboro group.
Okay.
And then she got back on and says, wow, that's me. You know, that her daughter saw it and sent it to her. And this has been 28 years.
28 years.
And so she says, that's me. And she'd like to redo the shot sometime. I said, well, that'd
Yeah.
be cool. But usually when I post stuff, I've got less than 100 friends on Facebook. You know, I talked to this one girl, had 5,000 friends. It's like, girl, that's way too many friends. And so I'm low profile on Facebook and low profile on Instagram. I'm like Murfreesboro's best kept secret. So
And there's
a superstar.
the man himself,
Yeah.
the former guest of the Mall Connection podcast, Mr. Michael Mathis.
Right. He's the one that helped get me going here.
He is just a ball of fire, let me tell you.
He was my first photo shoot after the 22-year hiatus. I posted something on Facebook, and, you know, with his enthusiasm, he answered and says, I'll do it. And he come, and we took some pictures. And every shot, he was, like, right on it, man. So it's like, wow, you're making my job easy. I know now this is what I'm supposed to do, you know? And so I figured, well, this is the first shot after 20-some years, and it comes out this good. Something's there still.
See, you not lost a thing, Dave. You still got it after 20 years.
Thanks. Just a little older, it seems.
You still got it. Okay, now who be?
This is a friend of mine, and he wants to be a rock star. And he come over one day, and so I shot about 10 pictures, and they're like, nothing, you know? And it's like, man, this is not working, you know? And
Okay.
Let's give up. And so we sat down on the stoop, and I looked at him, and I said, there it is. And that's how pictures happen.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't know if I have anything to do with it or not. You know, that's why I say God does it, because it just happens sometimes.
It's a somewhat candid shot that turns out to be pretty good, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You've got a talent that you can take an ordinary subject and make it special, okay?
Thanks.
I've seen your work.
Pretty cool, ain't it?
Yeah, they are cool. They're a little.
I like that, you know.
I'll use this term. They're a little psychedelic with the color changing them.
Well, if you
pushing.
I can lighten that up, you know. I mean, I don't have to do
but
that.
But then again, that is your style, okay?
Yeah.
And as you said before, if you don't like it, just scroll on by. Okay.
Well, another thing, if you think that's crazy, I come up with some crazy movie ideas too.
Uh-oh.
So it's kind of like I'm not just a photographer. I'm kind of got this director type mind going on, and like Quentin Tarantino or something.
Yeah.
So I kind of think like that too. And with the photography thing, since I'm so laid back and musical, I'm kind of like the Jim Morrison, Willie Nelson, and Bob Marley of photography.
All rolled into one, huh?
Well, that's kind of what you get. You know, it's nothing special. It's just me with T-shirts and shorts and tennis shoes. And cell phone right now. And later on, it may turn into more fancy cameras. But I'm still going to keep it simple because I like simple.
Yes.
You know?
It's always best, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Dave, I'll tell you what. If I may offer you a bit of advice, you don't have to take it. I mean, you just do with whatever you want. But I feel the cell phone is great for capturing images to look back upon and say, okay, I want to photograph this way, or I want to photograph it another way. But in my mind, to really be taken as a serious photographer, you're going to have to buy a camera, okay?
Well, like I said, the things are going to be coming.
If you can learn all the functions on your cell phone, and there's a ton of them.
Man, it took me a year and a half to realize the phone had a zoom on it. I would get these Zoom apps and try to zoom that way. It's like, man, it's crappy, man. It ain't working. And then one day the guy I was working with says, here, try this maneuver. And then, bang, there was a zoom lens. It's like, why didn't you tell me that before? Well, my wife just told me yesterday. I was like, oh, okay. So then I learned I had a zoom lens, and this camera has a magnificent zoom lens. We went to the castle in Triune where they do the Renaissance Festival.
Right.
And we were working there, so I got to shoot all kind of cool pictures.
Yes.
And it took 88 steps to get to the top. And so we were working on the top floor, so I got to look out. And so I'm looking, they got this new roof they're building, and it's a copper roof.
Okay.
And so I shot one at regular where I was at, full view. And then I said, well, let me try to zoom on here. And I'd go halfway, and it brought it in. Then I went all the way, and it like brought it right this close, perfectly clear. I'm like, oh, this is cool.
That's how that works. Okay. That's how that zoom
You
lens
just
works.
do that little number or something, and then go out to make it go back out,
Okay, Dave, for the kids out there that are contemplating picking up a camera and learning how to do our craft, what can you tell them as far as words of wisdom, advice?
I don't know. Just shoot.
Don't
man.
do it.
Shoot.
Don't do it.
Just if you see something that
Put
looks
me out of
cool,
business.
if you see something that looks cool, shoot it. Don't be doing things you're not supposed to be doing. You know what that is. Just be creative and be free and enjoy life, man. And I like some of the things Mike was talking about. About the mental health thing. That's important that people get help when they need it. And
I have
things like
seen a lot of topics recently concerning mental health and various.
especially with us creative people. We're a little crazy anyway.
Okay, I'll end it right there. Then, okay, so Dave, for the people that I do want to get in contact with you, how may they contact you?
Well, the easiest way is Instagram. Is Dave.Collier.948. And then Facebook. Friend me on Facebook. And so far, that's about it. I'm sure there are other outlets. I just haven't found them yet.
Dave Collier, I am so glad to have you as a guest on the Mall Connection podcast.
Well, I've been thrilled to be here. It's been quite interesting, and I haven't freaked out yet. So
No. Hey, it's just you and I having a conversation, okay?
It worked pretty cool.
It worked pretty cool.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Dave Collier, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning into the Model Connection podcast. Please like, follow, and subscribe on social media and everywhere you get your podcast. Links are in the description. Thank you and bye-bye.